All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Retail Reimagined with LS Central. My name is Denise Lawrence, the marketing specialist here at Davin, and I am thrilled to be your host for today's session. So, as we know, the retail industry has undergone a massive transformation in recent years. With changing consumer expectations, new technologies, and the ongoing pandemic, retailers are facing unprecedented challenges that require them to rethink their strategies and adapt quickly. In this webinar, we'll explore how LS Central, a unified business software solution, can help retailers like yourself reimagine their business processes and succeed in this fast-changing environment. So at any time during this event, you can use the dedicated chat to ask your questions, and we'll be answering them throughout the session. Note that today's session is also being recorded, and we'll be sure to send to all attendees in the upcoming days. So before we jump into it, here's a brief overview of Davin and what we do. We specialize in We specialize in enterprise resource planning, cloud solutions, retail solutions, and custom solutions, and we operate in over 13 Caribbean territories. Our experts are certified in Microsoft Azure, Power Platform, and Dynamics 365, and our resources are all local. We're the largest and most experienced Microsoft Dynamics partner in the territory and a tier 1 cloud solution provider. And we also support an extensive client base with over 100 active customers across the English and Dutch Caribbean region. Okay, so now that we're all briefed on who we are at Davin, I'll hand over the floor to Nicholas Xavier, one of our awesome business analysts here at Davin, to kick off the presentation. So whenever you're ready, Nicholas.
Great, thanks for the introduction, Danielle. So everybody, I apologize in advance if you hear me coughing. I'm still on the tail end of a cough I picked up during Carnival. So let's get into it. Right, we are here to talk about LS Central and how LS Central can revolutionize your business environment. But first, let's talk about a little bit about who made it. LS Retail is the vendor for LS Central. They've been around since 1986, so you know that they are a mature vendor with over 30 years of experience. Additionally, their product, LS Central, has been implemented in over 83,000 locations around the world in more than 150 countries. To support this vast network of implementations, they have over 390 partners, Davin being one of which. With such an extensive partner network, if you decide that you no longer want to partner with Davin, God forbid, you are at no risk of vendor lock-in, or, well, in our case, partner lock-in. You can source a new LS Central partner with little effort, thus minimizing the risk to your business and your investment. So, unified commerce. What is this? LS Central was designed to be applicable across multiple different verticals, some of which you see in here, the main ones being pharmacy, grocery, and fashion. LS Central's product development was aimed at delivering a centralized unified system. This addresses all the requirements necessary for managing multiple stores from one location being your HO, your head office. From your HO, you manage your financials, inventory, offerings, supply chain, and loyalty programs. This data is distributed across to all the stores, and each store is able to change and manage their own processes to suit their individual needs. The data flows seamlessly between HO and stores, allowing for business insights to be gathered via business intelligence tools such as Power BI. This allows you to quickly improve your customer-facing operations and interactions to provide a more tailored customer service experience based on your strategic plan. So talking about customers, this is a distribution of all the LS Central customers since 2014. So you could see majority of the customers fall under the category of hospitality, grocery, fashion, and pharmacy. Some big customers are IKEA, Lush, and for those who may not know what Lush is a home and a body store, And trust me, I've been in a couple of them, and their soaps do look like cake, but they are not edible. And lastly, Adidas. Adidas has implemented LS Central in over 1,000 of its retail stores around the world. So, how is all of this possible? Well, LS Retail, simply put, built LS Central on top of Microsoft's Business Central. Microsoft Business Central was designed to allow its code to be extended and features to be enhanced by third parties such as LS Retail. LS Central is essentially a robust customization of Business Central code, which allows the data to flow seamlessly through the system, so there's no APIs involved here. A lot of the work Davin actually does post-implementation is customization work. We do this to change or create features in LS Central to enable our clients competitive advantages and align LS Central with their future strategic plans. This overall extensibility design allows Microsoft and its partners to keep the Business Central ecosystem up to date with trends and challenges experienced around the world across all industries. So let's focus in on more the technical architecture of it. So here we see the fundamental layer, which is supported by Microsoft's Business Central. LS Central, as I said before, has enhanced and added functionalities for the retail environments. Here you are able to centrally manage the important LS Retail add-ons on top of standard Business Central features. If we section off the solution by work locations, we first have our head office functionality, which is designed to fulfill all the needs and requirements of a centralized operation system. This part of the architecture gives you the power to run essential store operations like general store management, point of sale, inventory management, as well as set up, view, maintain item prices, promotions on different store levels. In typical retail, this is basically where you're going to run your company on a daily basis. When staff log into the system, they will also only see the products and documents that are relevant for their role as well as their store to guarantee correct and productive process execution. The front office processes are performed on the floor by staff when they're servicing customers. These processes need to be simple and straightforward so that they should be extremely short on training time. The ability for the system to be configured to set specific user interfaces based on the staff and store provides flexibility for improving staff interaction with the point of sale on every device. Mobile devices are fully supported, so you can have LS Central or your POS running on a tablet, a mobile phone, or other handheld devices. And this enables mobility, simplicity, and process-led work to be done throughout the store. And finally, customer facing is where you get to touch base directly with your customer. So that very vital part of retail operations is handled and maintained through this area. We offer a multitude of different ways in which the customer could interact with the system. A web store today is just another store you need to set up. A mobile POS today is just another POS, but every customer is unique and a happy customer will return. So lastly, all these features can be used inside an infrastructure suitable for your business. You could run your systems online, and in the event that the internet connection goes down, because you know it does happen, your store and POSes can run offline without any interruption to your operations. This is enabled by LS Central's hybrid services that replicate data from your HO to your stores or your store databases and back to the HO when needed. So when the internet connection is back up and running, your offline devices are then, the data in your offline devices are then replicated automatically to your HO, be it on premise or in the cloud. So let's talk about the point of sale. Every retail software does point of sale. But what really stands out with LS Central is its ability to customize the point of sale layouts for each store, each terminal, and every situation so that you can enhance the customer's checkout experience and improve staff productivity. The POS has no restriction on the type of hardware it could use. So staff could pick up a phone or a tablet and walk around the store, assisting and engaging with your customers. Tablet layouts can be designed to allow staff to show off item catalogs, compare item prices, and characteristics of the items right in front of the customer so that they can make a decision there. And once that decision is made, if they want to purchase the item, they could add the item straight to the customer's order on the spot so that it could be checked out right there or at a regular point of sale station. Now, the future is self-checkout. Whether the Caribbean accepts this or is just delaying it, it will be adopted in a matter of time. Modern customers like their autonomy. They have no problem checking out themselves. LS Central's POS capabilities also enable the same to become a reality. Since the POS layouts are highly customizable, you can achieve a look and feel that you want for your customers while dictating the process via the screens they interact with. So that during the checkout process, if done correctly, and I have fallen prey to this myself, you can encourage your customer to upsell themselves and increase your basket size without them even knowing. LS Retail has been working on integration with third-party self-checkout systems like you see here. I've already seen this being implemented in Massey, Trinidad, and recently learned that Church's Chicken in Trinidad has implemented it in one of their stores. This check as third-party self-checkout integration uses the LS Central business logic to make its decisions, as well as hosts all the item information, prices, and offers, so that transactions are finalized like every other transaction in LS Central. Promotions and offers. This is one of the core parts of every retail operation. With LS Central, you could manage all your pricing, offerings, coupons, and set up and schedule these promotions or offers and what triggers them, as well as how the offers actually interact with your existing loyalty programs that are running alongside them. Encouraging a loyal repeat customer is key to developing a strong retail brand. To enable this, customers need to be rewarded. LS Central allows this through its highly configurable member management options that allow you to determine how points are calculated and awarded when customers are upgraded, say from a bronze membership to a silver or gold, and what additional benefits they receive via these upgrades or discounts, free items, or frequent buyer programs. E-commerce. These e-commerce platforms seen here, the most popular being Magento and Spotify, are fully integratable with LS Central web, mobile, and in-store commercial commerce services. With more and more people shopping online, it is becoming an essential part of your business identity, brand, and customer experience to have a seamless e-commerce experience. LS Central enables your e-commerce platform with exceptional levels of transaction flexibility and seamless fluidity. Since information on items and prices and discounts is maintained via a unified commerce system at your HO location, your online store will always contain up-to-date product information. Now let's talk a little bit about your supply chain. If your supply chain is not effective, how do you expect to support your customer demand and your marketing campaigns for pushing sales? The replenishment module in LS is fully integrated with it. It comes out of the box and covers the supply chain related processes. Simply said, replenishment supports your purchasing department by creating purchase order proposals for what needs to be bought from vendors to have enough items available to fulfill the demand in the stores. It also creates transfer order proposals to replenish stores from a warehouse or move inventory from store to avoid stock out situations. It covers these main processes being automatic replenishment, manual replenishment, store stock redistribution, and store-based replenishment. The nicest of them all, the most complex also, is the automatic replenishment. This job will run every single night, calculate your stock on hand, and based on a number of variables being minimum stock, sales history, purchase history, will generate these purchase orders I previously mentioned for your purchasing department to review and post. Or if you're confident enough in your system and your data, it will post it automatically. Now, with a good replenishment process working, your inventory teams are going to get put to the test, starting with receiving large quantities of goods multiple times a day. This is a process that, when not handled efficiently, can create serious delays in the time to pack items back onto the shelves, while ensuring that stock levels are also accurate, making sure that what you're receiving is actually what you're receiving and putting into the system. The mobile inventory application, which is basically just a app on a mobile phone or other handheld device, enables your staff by putting all the necessary inventory processes in the palm of their hand. Using their handheld device, staff could select their own receiving, picking, or stock counting documents to process on their own without ever having to touch a back office workstation. So with that said, let's switch over to the demo. So give me a moment to move over my virtual machine. Okay, lovely. So for those who don't know, LS Central and Business Central, this is your landing page based on your user. We call it the Role Center. The Role Center is supposed to be tailored to improve the business decision making of your users on one page. You can see this by the tiles here. These tiles contain metrics and show data relevant for the role. So in this tile here, I can see that I have open sales order for processing. So if I click on it, it will jump me straight to my sales orders list. Additionally, it could be fully customizable to show whatever you want to see. It also has the ability to have nice charts and integrate with Power BI, as well as show some financial analysis views. Navigating around Business Central is very easy. All of these buttons here are links that take us to different pages, or we can simply search for the page. So set search for the retail items list. Notably, I don't need to type in the entire word for Business Central or LS Central to identify what I need. So jumping here, I can see the list of my items. I can choose the view. I could switch it so that I can see all the different product pictures here. Additionally, once selected, on the right-hand side, I get a little bit of facts on the item without having to drill into it. What could also be done is, when you're on these list pages, these could be exported into Excel. These list pages are essentially designed to operate just like an Excel sheet. So you can export it and do your own little data analysis on these list pages as need be. So let's search for an item here. Cylinder Scholar. Diving into this item now. Firstly, I would like to just show off the item hierarchy. So each item is classified under a division, which has an item category and retail product group. All of these are in a one-to-one relationship with each other. So an item category could exist in only one division, retail product group only in one item category. There's also the ability to set up special groups, which does not adhere to that rule. So moving along, we have the standard characteristics and setups for an item, nothing too special. In the sales POS area, you could actually set up the sales prices for all the stores or for a certain group of the stores. So you could have different prices based on the store. Your category managers would be in charge of this. If they know in advance that they have a marketing campaign to push a specific item, they could set up the starting dates and ending dates for those prices so that it automatically kicks in, so that they have less things to worry about. Now, diving a bit deeper into the item, I would like to show off the attributes. So the attributes could define the characteristics of the item a bit deeper. So here we could see that we set up the type of fabric, what could it take ironing, the stretch, and could it go into the washing machine. This will come into play when your customers want to view the item details on your e-commerce site or on the POS. Additionally, to improve the management of your items, we have item statuses. These are codes that could be assigned to an item for a particular store location to start on a certain date. What it could do, it could tell the system whether this item is blocked for sale on the point of sale, blocked for purchasing, blocked for transfers, or even blocked on your e-commerce site, giving your category managers an easier way to manage those operations for each particular item. So now let's take a little glance at the discounts. So we're going to look at the mix and match offer. The mix and match is the most complex. However, all the offers have this similar interface and options for configuring them. Looking down at the lines, we can set up for a mix and match a specific group of items. So here we could see for group A, we need one item, and then from group B, we need one other item in order to achieve the 20% discount. Looking at the triggers, they have multiple ways for trigger to add complexity to the triggering process for this discount offer. This includes the currency codes, coupons, a specific amount, or even if the member is assigned. Talking about members, let's take a quick glance at how the members are set up. So the hierarchy for the member management starts with your member club. Each member club could have its own unique point calculation set up for it. Inside your member club, you have a number of other different configurations you could set up that we're not going to dive too deep into. In each of the members clubs, you have your different member schemes. So this defines the grouping that member accounts are fall into. Each of these schemes could be upgraded. So here we could see that when upgraded to silver, they will receive a free MP3 player. And when upgraded to gold, they could automatically get a 10% discount. Diving into the member accounts, each account could actually have multiple contacts. So you could imagine that an account may be a family unit, and each family unit has different family members. When a family member uses their membership card, the points awarded for that transaction will then be assigned to the member account at a high level. This could then be utilized in a number of different ways. So with that said, let's get a bit into the operational side on the store level. So diving into the retail receiving page, this is what you will be utilizing when you are receiving items. So what I've done is I've already set up a little transfer. So you could imagine I'm your inventory manager and we're about to receive a transfer from the warehouse. So we set it up and now we've customized it, we've configured it so that it's a blind receiving. So what I will do is receive the item and note upon selecting the amount, I can tell that this is actually not enough and that the transfer is supposed to have more. I know that it's supposed to be 5. Adding our next item here, I can receive too much and it will tell me too many, right? So upon it entering this information, you can already get a glimpse at whether there's a difference in what was actually transferred versus what was received. So from here, I'll just adjust it to the correct amount and we could confirm and post this. So we would have now received the transfer order. Additionally, for stores that have to deal with door-to-door sales, so maybe the guy selling bread comes every Wednesday and based on your stock levels, that's what you sell. So that decision is made at the store level and not at the HO level. So LS Central and allows the stores to make these decisions. So through your retail receiving, I could actually create and post a purchase order. So I could select the vendor here, state who is doing the receiving, what date, and the vendor invoice number. Could now add an item here and set the quantity. Could confirm and post this. During this posting process, you could see our purchase invoice up. What's the odds of that? A purchase invoice is created. So we could see this from our posted purchase invoices. And at the top here, look our posted invoice. So the system allows the stores to have a degree of autonomy when purchasing from door-to-door salespeople. Now, let's dive into the POS. Right? So this is the first POS screen I'm going to show you, and then we're going to show some different operations in POS with a completely different layout. So let's say we want to display the different items. We could do our item inventory lookup. This page allows us to search on the item number, search description, and other different features. So if I want to look for this particular item, I could search for it here. I type in the item number, select the item. And if I want, I could actually look up the inventory across the different stores. So in the event that this store does not have inventory and the customer is interested in it, you could direct them to the different stores, enabling the customer to make their own decision and improving the customer experience. So I'm just gonna add this item back to the transaction. Right, so you could see that upon adding it to the transaction, the cashier has now been prompted with a cross-sell opportunity. This is enabled by the mix and match discount offer and some configurations we have on the POS. So at this point, the cashier can now tell the customer, hey, look, there's a discount offer available for this item if you purchase a towel or a skirt. So they could decide there whether or not to do that. So assuming they select the skirt, LS Central also allows the ability to have variants. So you could select a color and a size for an item. So here you could see that the 20% discount has been applied. Now I'd also like to show one other popular discount offer being the multi-buy. So when adding the items, I've added it to the transaction. I can change the quantity need be. So for this item, I know that with a purchase of 5, I get a 5% discount. Here we could see the multi-buy has discount offers appeared on the transaction lines. This allows the customer to receive a discount based on the quantity purchased. So if they purchase 10, they get 10%. If they purchase 15, they get 15% off. All right. Lastly, I would like to add a member to the transaction. So this could be done by manually putting it in or just scanning a membership card. So now at the top, I can see the member name, what account scheme they are assigned to, and what their points balance is. So now we could total and cash out the sale. Right, looking at my virtual print here, you could get a little glimpse of what the default receipt will look like. You could see the items as well as the discounts applicable, the issued points, and what their current points balance is. So now I'm going to log off to show off the next way or the next point of sale layout. This one is clienteling. This layout is specifically designed to enable salespeople within a store or actually outside of a store to engage with customers by using an item catalog. So we could go ahead and add the member back here. See, we get a bit more flashiness with this screen. We could also now pull up our item catalog. So in case the customer is interested in a particular category of item, we could look at that. And maybe they want to compare the items. We could do that right here by adding the items to it and clicking compare. So here we could actually compare those attributes I showed you earlier on. So if the customer says, oh, okay, well, I would prefer the casual dress, it could be added to the cart right there. Again, we get to set the variant of the item. Closing this, we also have options to now filter this item catalog. So you could filter it on your fabric type. Again, these are the attributes, machine washable or not. From here, you could now, remember, this could be done in the store or at the point of sale. You could open your customers' carts and process the sale. So in this circumstance, we're going to pay with member points this time. So here we could see the member points are available. We could click OK, and there's a balance still. So the balance could be paid via cash. Looking at the receipt printer again, we could see the use points here, the points balance, and the items purchased. And lastly, on the point of sale, when your e-commerce platform is integrated with LS Central and customers place an order on your platform on your web store, you can see it in your customer orders. So here we could see that in this store, we have an e-commerce order available that we need to view. So we could view the lines, see what the items are. And then you could pick the order, allowing it to be ready for the customer to collect. Just simply entering the store the customer collects it at, and bam, the customer has collected their order, and here's a pick slip, a collection list to prove that. As you can see here, the orders could also be shipped to customers if need be. Right, and with that said, I've reached the end of the point of sale aspect of it. So how do we now look at all of this interaction from a from a high level view? Well, this is done via LS Analytics for LS Central. This is a Power BI solution that has been tailor-made for LS Central within a retail environment. It has pre-built dashboards to enable better decision making from the executives or whoever is the person that are responsible for these the decisions. You could filter these so they're highly interactable. All the elements on the dashboards can be clicked and interacted with. We could simply jump across. So let me jump to some of the more interesting ones. We get our top 10 items. You could sale analysis by different categories, notably utilizing a lot of the different visual elements so that it is easily identifiable when looking at the dashboard, so people don't need to be just looking at numbers. We could get sales analysis per hour, average basket size, point of sales returns, then analysis at the item levels, and as well as the store. So all of these again are very interactable. You could expand it, you could reduce them, you could filter. So with that said, you've gotten an idea of how the whole LS Central ecosystem operates, how you could visualize your data and make better decisions to improve sales and your customer experience. So at this point, I would like to open the floor for any questions, or if you want me to revisit any specific particular elements of the presentation or in LS Central, just let me know. Thank you.
Okay, I don't think we have any questions, so that would bring us to the end of our presentation.
Hold on,
Nicholas,
Danielle, I see Victor is typing something right
oh,
now.
he is? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, no problem. So we're referring to this, right, Victor? So essentially what this is a modified point of sale layout, which has been enhanced with HTML code in the background, which is what allows all of this item catalog stuff. So these item catalogs will be broken out based on your item hierarchies you set up in the system. So all of this is highly customizable because it's HTML and could be displayed on a device, a tablet, a point of sale unit as much as you want. We have also seen that this could be applicable if you have door-to-door sales in a distribution company. Yes, so this it is a bit more complex than your typical point of sale customization process. So in the general process, you have your different panels, be it um, your menus, and all the different other aspects of it. So it does utilize those panels, but it also has a HTML, JavaScript aspect it in which you have to actually code in functionalities like the comparing and the add to cart functionalities. So it's a bit more advanced than the normal one that you're accustomed to using. Um, uh, Actually, I think, let me see if I could show you what it may potentially look like in the background. Oh, not this one. All right. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you, but mind drawing a blank, is that in some of these profile pages, there's sections for the HTML code, the JavaScript code, in which you have to kind of hard code in everything so that it appears like what you saw in the item catalog. Right, this is what I was trying to show you. So here you could see that for these web templates, that's referring to the item catalogs, this is where you would do some customization and coding in order to get the desired effect. So we have CSS, JavaScript, as well as HTML code that is utilized here. So this allows it to be extremely, extremely customizable. You're welcome. All right, are there any other questions?
No more questions? Okay, Nicholas, thank you so much for this insightful presentation. And thank you to everyone for joining us today. We hope that you found this webinar really informative and it has given you a better understanding of the benefits of LS Central. Before we close, however, we've made it really easy for you guys to share any thoughts, questions, or comments that you may have. So just click the link that we just placed in the meeting chat to access our webinar feedback form. If you'd like some more information on acquiring LS Central or any other product, just fill in your details and someone from our team would reach out to you. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to hosting you for future webinars. As mentioned before, this event has been recorded, so we'll be sure to send to everyone via email soon. So you guys have a great day and great week ahead, and take care.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye, everybody.